We did it.
We did do it. It is incredible, Jason, that once again we were able to figure out how to go live on
That's
StreamYard.
it. Simple press of a button. It made
It's
it happen.
amazing. It's
Magic.
amazing.
Good morning,
Our
Shannon.
voices are here. We are here. We do not have a guest today, Jason. So I have a little surprise for you.
All
It's
right.
also a surprise for me because I have not
Even better.
tried one out yet. So it's going to be a
Okay.
big surprise. My
I'm looking
friend,
forward to it.
I know you should be excited. My friend Jean sent this one to me. So do you want to take a guess at what topic or subject area?
Uh, no, I'm kind of in the dark here this Tuesday morning. I'm gonna let you take it over. I'm not sure what it could be, and it's got to be something AI driven. I'm sure, obviously. So, um,
Certainly is.
yeah.
Something
Oh,
that I've
real
thought
quick,
about.
did you hear? Um, all right, so I guess Sam Altman from ChatGPT just tweeted out. I think it was yesterday or last night. 26 months ago, right? ChatGPT takes the world by storm. They acquire 1 million users, right? And this was, over the course of time. They released 4.0, which is their new imaging like update, and he's quoting that they acquired 1 million users in 4 hours.
What?
The same amount of users that they had generated to create this big rift in the space. They've just massively acquired in half a day. I don't know if anybody else out there has noticed, but I definitely have been noticing the lag on their servers. He's even
Sure.
tweeted as well that the GPUs are melting, right? Because all of this overuse, which is kind of one of those good problems to have. But yeah, crazy user adoption there as somebody who's in that realm as well.
Well, all we think about is how do we step as far back as we can to make sure that what we're launching out there is easy for people to use without instructions, the same way you would open up a box and you already know how to use an iPhone. That's what we're looking for. That's the ultimate design, right? So I think
Sure.
that's something that ChatGPT did very, very well. You didn't need
Mhm.
somebody to teach you how to use it, right?
Yeah,
So
most people know how to put text in a box, right? Put a prompt in it's pretty specific in terms of how they're guiding you through, even with some examples and things like that. So, yeah, user adoption's pretty key there. So, pretty crazy. So, what do you got for us here?
well,
Chaos Coder.
we got the chaos coder. That's what we have here.
Okay.
The chaos coder, which I'm pretty
Nice.
excited about. I can't wait for us to see this. So
Yeah.
you shared this with me. I literally peeked at it right before we hopped on this morning. And it says, enter your prompt and we will spin up 9 separate websites in seconds for you to
What?
carefully edit.
Okay. All right. So, as the web guy here, this is pretty cool. This sounds like this could be very promising. 9 separate websites in seconds. This is pretty crazy. Actually, harkening back to what we just talked with. Plug in your text in a box, plug in a prompt, and hit a button and go. This is great. Very cool.
Isn't that crazy? It's really crazy. So you can click on, they've got some sort of sample prompts here. Simple to-do list, a web app for creating a simple to-do list without user authentication. That is the first thing I noticed when I pulled this up this morning before we jumped on. I didn't have to enter my information. I could just come straight in here and start playing
Mhm.
around, which is my favorite. I understand from the company side, from the monetization side, why you want to collect user information. But as a user, I love this. I just want to come on and try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's something to be said about these free trials too. Obviously, it's tried and true principle philosophy, right? When us as humans are invested in something and we feel like we've put time and effort into something,
Right.
we've got more buy-in. It makes it easier for us to kind of take that next step, which I'm assuming there would be one, obviously, after you started
Right.
playing with Chaos Coder here.
It's so interesting, right? So I like that it's got a couple of different, very common needs. I mean, you're the expert here. You build websites all day long. Do you think
Right.
the most common needs that people have?
These are pretty common, right? Blogs are always out there for a number of individuals, portfolios for creatives. I see hardware diagram, small business websites. I mean, those are, always needed. Chatbot, that's a request we get as well too, a lot for clients, some chatbots. So yeah, these look to be some pretty good examples. I'm like on the edge of my seat here waiting for you to click generate web apps and see what happens.
Here we go. So I just slightly edited this to say a web app for creating a simple quiz asking what kind of boss are you? So let's see what it does. Here we go. I'm so excited.
Okay, let's go. Look at this.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So at first glance here, and I'm going to make this a little bigger so we can see. What kind of boss are you? Hobby list. So we've got standard version, visual focus, minimalist version, creative approach, accessible version, mobile optimized, interactive version. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is doing what it says. These are pretty basic websites. I'm seeing, there's no styling, there's no CSS or on the visual component. But I mean, if you needed something just to kind of click and launch, I mean,
Right.
there's some styles. There's some styles down there. I can see this one. This is the standard version. So there's your CSS and your code for your styling. And that's giving you like kind of the blue button and those rounded borders for the corners there of the fields. So yeah, this is pretty cool. What's the next step here?
Next step, it says describe how to update the code, and I can either click chaos or I can click update. So give me a prompt.
So,
how to update the code.
I would say change the background button color. I don't know if it's going to do all this. Change the background button color to red and the border radius to 25px.
Should I click chaos or just regular update?
Try update, and then we'll see if chaos might do a different. Oh, we missed out there. That's okay. I see the background color of the button, and down below you see the provided code has been updated to include the requested changes. The background's been updated to red and the border. This code has also been formatted with proper identification and spacing. Huh. Interesting. Oh, so you get your HTML code here raw, which is nice. So then, yeah, so this is I think this is great where you're going to get a display preview, and then you can take that raw code from that tab that you just had, and you can put that into any type of, your file structure, your folder structure, or, edit, or if you're workshopping some new features or functions, you can have this create a multiple of different options for you, and then take those snippets of code and apply them to your own. So let's try the chaos button and see what happens when we get chaotic.
Okay. What kind of chaos do we want to install here? Should we change the tone of the questions?
Yeah, let's try that and see if it can get contextual versus the actual designer code.
Let's say more formal.
Maybe more, yeah. I was gonna say formal or even more open-ended. Single. What that's all about. You know what? Maybe take the text prompt out, like clear the field, and then tab. Does it give you? Yeah. Now hit chaos with nothing in there. Maybe it just gives it. Nope.
When I can toggle between chaos and say, maybe it's chaos update or single update. No.
Not sure. Huh.
Well, we're stuck here, and
that's okay. This is what this show's about.
That's it. That's
what it's all about.
We've got a little button here I don't know anything about. Oh, dark mode, obviously. Duh. Back to prompt. And this is an early preview. They have open source, so you could dig into that a little bit more if you'd like. But I really do love this. I think this is really fascinating. I think it's fun to play around with. Again, the way that I've been using AI myself in my professional life is it's either a way to help generate an outline, to push me past writer's block, to validate that I don't have a specific tone. I mean, AI for me has been a good way to say, here's a basis. Let me then adjudicate and improve. And I think this is probably, and you're the expert here, but this is probably a great example of that.
I think so, and I'm very similar to you. I've been using all of these tools, a lot of what we show here on the show, kind of as my virtual assistant or my digital assistant, so to speak. And it's going to be even more exciting as we start to get into these agentic capabilities as well. Microsoft even just kind of announced a couple rollouts with theirs. Same with Amazon as well, believe it or not. Amazon, with their new Alexa update, is going to be rolling out some agentic capabilities. Right, we're starting to see these now in smaller forms where they're viewing browsers, but the type font set to 50 pixels, right? Like if the font set to a 50 size, where it's large. It can read large text. It can do simple things like fill out form fields and stuff like that. But I mean, when you're sitting here on our computers and I'm pull up XYZ or fill out this form, right?
Right.
Like that's all these little things are going to kind of shift. It'll be interesting to see how humans start to interact and shift their behavior with the way that we interact with our devices as this stuff rolls out. But yeah, Chaos Coder seemed pretty cool. I'm definitely going to play with it some more because I do like all of those different options that it gave you, and there's some flexibility there. So I think that's always going to be from just a blank screen or a blank slate starting from scratch.
Or even what's possible, because I think a lot of times people think things are possible and they recognize they have to narrow down their prompts, their expectations, their requests from actual humans. So that's good stuff.
Sure.
Jason, here we are. We've hit 8:30. You and I both have 8:30 calls. So
We
it's
do.
time to peace out.
Smalls for the camera. All right, Jen. See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.